Chicago is the best place on the planet, maybe? It's also a tough place, but we have to rep our city because no one else will. But I'm gonna go out on this poem I wrote called Love Letter to Shy. I've loved you since I first stood at your North Shore borders, patrolled with suburban whispers of disimagination. I gazed longingly at the transit tunnels you bore like river channels, tentacles reaching into lily-white flight pad picket fences where Jews sold themselves for the price of a nose job. I fell in love with you on school field trips, head-out bus windows, staring at invisible neighborhood lines that decree where the world's refugees will sleep. I see them now, scattered through Wicker Park, Little Village in Pilsen, Spanish knotted in their tongues, generations of families the Orkin man is trying to genocide. In Albany Park, I've eaten in the Mexican bakeries, open to the masses, marching towards transit loops, Samsara CTA lines dumping lives in 9-hour cubicles, downtown where the rich live and oversee the poor, people dwindling in the shadows of skyscrapers. I've heard merengue dance in bungalow alleys at 2 a.m., car horns or doorbells 4 hours later, metallic roosters that call Korean shop owners to open laundromats to globe-traveled women who wash with futility the stench of kimchi, bacalao, cumin, turmeric, gefilte fish, and chitlins. This is what you smell like on a good day. On Division or Devon, 75th in Indiana, 18th west of Ashland before the blue line that used to not run on the weekends and is called the pink line now, grilled elotes, the pinch of cayenne in your nose. My father loves you because of the kosher hot dogs at Wrigley Field. He skipped school in 1953 when Ernie Banks came up on the Kansas City Monarchs for the last 13 games of the season, and Nate, who worked in his father's print shop, told him once the Cubs get a black ball player, they'd win the pennant. And though mathematically impossible, my father believed and went and waits till next year like Ernie, who played 19 seasons confined to the not-so-friendly of Green Ivy, waiting on next year for the promise like the Pullman porters and domestic workers and pig slaughterers and daughters of Mississippi field hands who all wait on reparations. I mean, the Cubs deserve a pennant like your black metropolis deserves paycheck and payback, and institutions built in their name, run by their children, whose fathers were murdered while sleeping in their own beds, whose food was poisoned during a luncheon meeting at City Hall, who were shot trying to organize tortilla workers for swimming on your beaches or playing in your Marquette parks. Chicago, I love you, despite your Cook County holding cells, the glass precipice of your juvenile detention centers. I love you, despite your insistence on standardized tests and tracking. I love you because I know a Haymarket riot eats at your innards. I love you and have loved you since I hopped the Skokie Swift, transferred to the Red Line, then to the Blue Line, then to Maxwell Street to get fitted for my first X-Cap. I love you because of the young authors stockpiling notebooks in their bedrooms, roaming the streets with pen and paper tucked under one arm in their backpacks. Right now, writing, recording the everyday moments of everyday people, resisting your graffiti blaster whitewash, your gentrified dystopias, your monotone broken string blues hall Chicago. Studs Terkel is still recording. Your parks are bigger than before, like you're poor and workless. Thousands ready to wrestle for your affection. I hope you let those who love the whole of you, those who have felt the tight grip of your taxes, those who ride the CTA, the fruit packers who stand at North and Western for 5 a.m. waiting labor, who round children and grandchildren in West Side bunk beds, all of us who concoct schemes to stay in your borders with carts of mangoes, polenta pushers, dog walkers, security officers, mechanics, street pharmacologists, L-train musicians, swindlers, kids with M&Ms trying to afford basketball uniforms on the train, sometimes rush hour salesmen, lower whacker homeowners, 3-card Monty Hyde Nut Redline entertainers, teaching poets, graph artists, and all folks on the hustle. I hope you continue to be a source of frustration and love, a lakeside tree shielding sun, a South Shore barbecue, a place we can live and not be squeezed out like mustard, pickle, relish, and tomato when you hold on to your hot dog too tightly.